congratulations on your successful national convention.
Was there a convention, my brother? There was no convention. What we had was a group of people that are in support of Abure. I call that a support group conference. I think they may have one or two they want to discuss, hence the reason they gather themselves together to plan as for the future of their group, support group. There was never a convention. Where is it ever heard that there was a convention that is shrouded in secrecy? National convention is the highest decision-making organ of any political party. And an elected national convention is the highest election that will be ever held by any political party. Yet ours was done in secrecy. So what they did that day, 27th, was a gathering of a Abure's support group. Thankfully, it was not done today. Had it been it was today, I would have said that maybe it's an April Fool. But unfortunately, it's not. So there was never a convention. So I don't know what you want to congratulate me for, because there was never a convention. Convention that INEC were not in attendance. Convention that Mr. P2B was not in attendance. Alex Oti was not there. Stakeholders were not there. So what kind of convention did Abure have that day? Our senators were not there. So there was never a convention, my brother. What he had was a group of people supporting him. One would even say it was a social media convention. So there was never a convention, my brother. How come Nigerians are speaking up against this ill? There was never a convention.
All right. Okay. For those who are listening, she's rejected my congratulations. And she says that what happened right then in Newi, in one hotel whose name I can't really remember, was a social media convention. She says it was a support group meeting or conference. 350 delegates. Not 10, not 20, not 100. 350 delegates who were there, and you voted unanimously for Julius Abure as national chairman. So how can you call that a support group meeting and not a convention?
Has someone ever bothered to ask Abure where he got those numbers from? A number that delegate elections were never monitored by INEC. In a sane environment, INEC were meant to monitor those delegates from the ward level to the local government level to the state level before a convention can be convened. So I do not know where Abure got those numbers from. I do not know. And again, just look out for this now. Some persons that were supposed to be delegates were never delegates. So how do you now quantify that and say that was an election? That was never. It was supposed to be competitive, number one. Because a party that as big as Labour Party can't hold her convention in secret. Abure, what he did was to write a letter to INEC. In fact, I was so embarrassed to see that letter he wrote far back in December, only for it to now get leaked. And the likes of NLC now got to see such embarrassment on social media. Mr. P2B asked him, can you defend this convention so you can have wider consultation? Mr. Alex Sotin, governor, said the same thing, defer it for proper consultation. The NLC said the same thing. He was at NLC like today. Then the next day, the NLC was so embarrassed to see that Abure, having been to their office like today, is planning a convention. Mind you, his first letter that got leaked was done on December. The letter, and that was, and he put Edo as a place for the convention to hold. Then when that was no longer visible, he now left Edo and went to Abia State and put the date for 27th of March. When all these things came public and people began to speak out, Mr. Alex Sotin, governor of Abia State, in his wisdom, thought it wise to ask Abure to defend the convention. But Abure said no. Instead, what did he do? He moved it from his place now to Newi in Anambra State, where one person who is not a member of Labour Party that has interest in spoiling the ticket of Labour Party for Cooper election sponsored them solely, so that when it's time for election, this same person will now run an election in his own platform, now leaving Labour Party ticket to be useless. Where is it done? Abure does not have an electoral value. Abure did not win his votes
Okay.
in the general election.
Okay, but you know that is neither here nor there. But even the PDP APC national chairman lost his state to NMPP, so it's neither here nor there. But you've been out of the National Working Committee for some time now. You were suspended for certain reasons. I think probably anti-party or something. I can't remember. So maybe if you say that the information, of that convention was not public knowledge or was leaked to you, maybe it's because you're not part of the National Working Committee. Are you telling me the likes of Ruben, Favor Ruben, are you telling me the likes of Hilda Dokubo? Are you telling me the likes of Peter B, Tanko Mohammed, the likes of Alex Oti, the likes of all those other people were not aware that the convention was holding? Members of the National Working Committee, you tell me they're not aware that Abure will hold a convention and not inform them? Because they were all there. All the state party chairmen were there.
Let me refer you, before I go into your question properly, to our constitution, page 31 of our constitution, article 17, that talks about removal from office or suspension from office. It says, the national chairman of the political party may be suspended or removed from office on a vote of no confidence passed by at least 2/3 majority at the national convention, convened solely for the constitution of only constitution of only such motion, and any other officer of the party may be removed by 2/3 majority of votes cast by members at a convention or national executive council. Was there any of such before they ran into suspending me? What they did was them trying to hide the ill. But unfortunately, they shot themselves, because how could they have done that, knowing fully well that have come out to speak up that Abure has embezzled the party's funds for his personal gain? The only thing they could do was run and suspend me. So that suspension, for goodness sake, is not binding on me, because INEC is not even aware that I was suspended.
Have you been attending NWC meetings?
I have not, because what they did, they had to remove me from the platform. So that is now them doing what they are doing. But INEC, who is the umpire of every election, is not even aware of my suspension.
Okay, but the point, the point I'm making is that maybe if you say Abure organized a secret unilateral convention, you may not be right.
Yes, I'm coming to that question. I wanted to clear this.
Okay, all right.
I wanted to clear this. Mm-hmm. The likes of the persons you mentioned were also as embarrassed as I was. So I've seen that in the public domain. Yes, you might say that he tried to discuss with the likes of Mr. Peter Obi, but again, in his wisdom, he asked him to do a proper, wider consultation, because people are agitated. And that was when the whole thing got leaked. Because I'm sure even he was also embarrassed that Abure did not even listen to him. He did not even do a proper, wider consultation, and the thing now got leaked. He was embarrassed. Alex was embarrassed.
Okay. You also said
there was no proper consultation.
Yeah, Oluchi, you also said that Peter Obi was not at the convention, Alex Oti was not there, and all that. But Alex Oti was there. Oluchi, Alex Oti was there, and you know he was there.
How?
You're asking me how? You're asking me how?
No, I want to know how, because I have not seen a clip. I've not seen a visual evidence. A video evidence to prove that Mr. Alex Oti, the working governor of Abia State, was there.
Oluchi,
he was never there.
Yeah, okay, so this is how. When you were national treasurer of Labour Party, maybe you had an assistant or you had an aide, an SA. If you invited to go speak at a function and maybe you don't have the time, you send that aide to stand in your stead and deliver that speech. When we're reporting it in the media, we'll say Oluchi Opara, national treasurer of Labour Party, said ABC, because you're the one who is being represented there. We won't say the person said. We may now add, represented by XYZ person. So Alex Oti was there, represented by his deputy.
The deputy governor of Abia State was there in his own accord, because he was a delegate. He only went there to exercise his right as a delegate. So that will not amount to me saying, because he was there as a delegate, that Alex Oti sent him. No.
But he just said those.
Has Alex come out to say that he sent him to go and represent him? No, I've not heard that.
But you just said those who went there were not delegates, they were support group. Now you're saying the deputy governor went there as a delegate. So which one should we take?
No, what I'm saying is, I'm sure what he did, he had thought that what they had was a proper convention. I'm sure he was also deceived. was also deceived because his boss, who is Alex Soti, the governor of Abia State, was not there. I'm sure he was deceived into going there. So to him, he was a delegate. To him, he thought that what they had was a proper convention. Until he was not there to announce that the likes of Obi, likes of INEC, likes of senators were not there. So to him, he was a delegate. And he went there as a delegate.
So you don't feel that the deputy governor represented Alex Soti?
I don't feel so.